You've talked about this in the past, and it's something that also irks me. And this stems from what happened with the Tommy Pham situation from a couple nights ago, where there was this benches clearing, yelling at each other. We can't even call them benches clearing brawls anymore because no one does anything. There's like a lot of screaming and that's it. But the one thing is, why does Major League Baseball not put an end to the guys running in from the bullpen?
Amen. I tried so hard. And do you want to know what the players union said and what the players said? We got to be there for our guys. I always viewed that the bullpens running side by side to the infielder to behind the plate to then start and enter into the fracas was a complete waste because they got to run in, then it's done, and then they got to run back, and it delays the game, and we were trying to shorten the game even beyond the pitch clock. So I said, why can't we make the bullpen like the benches in the NBA? If you leave the bullpen, you are automatically suspended. Automatically. The whole bullpen. We'll take them all out. And what the players union said is, no, our guys, they got to defend. They've got to be there because otherwise you'd have a fractured clubhouse. And to that I say, horse hockey. If you change the rule and make it so the bullpen can't get into the brawl when there is an issue or when someone storms the pitcher, then no one will be upset because they'll know that's the rule. As a matter of fact, Coca, they'll be more upset if they do leave the bullpen because it would leave the team short when they get suspended. So the union's reason for this, to me, is hollow. And I believe that if collective bargaining, if it's smooth, it's not going to be. And if the union and the commissioner, if everyone gets along, all the owners are happy, then you can get into some meaty subjects like can the bullpen stay in the bullpen to get rid of brawls? But believe me, they have so much to argue about. They're not even going to get to it, Coca, at all. But I agree, it's so ridiculous.
Why don't they, like, if they were really going to do something and they were really that mad, why doesn't the bullpen just fight the bullpen?
We had that idea in a committee meeting, Coca. That actually came up where we said, why don't we then do two scrums, one at home plate? And the reason was that we didn't have, no umpires could be in two places. So the umpires would not be able to get to the bullpen fast enough to see who's arguing, who started, who fought, who connected. So we couldn't unless we had umpires stationed there ready for the bullpen brawl, but it didn't work. So we had to make it so in the bullpen you can't brawl at all. And if you're going to brawl, you have to run to where the umpires are so everyone can see who's doing what. But it is one of my favorite things when the players from two teams are running side by side.
Did you ever have a pitcher? Did you ever have a pitcher blow his hamstring or something running in from the bullpen? Like, wouldn't that be the worst of the worst? Good. Is having the pitcher just crumble right there?
Every time you say a pitcher crumble, I'm sorry, but I think of Edwin Diaz with the World Baseball Classic when he crumbled on the celebration. I'm sorry to all the Mets fans out there. I don't believe I've ever had a pitcher. I'm thinking, because I'm thinking of all the brawls we've had, and there's been some doozies. There have been some that I've wanted to rush the field. Actually, I was so angry. We were actually told in owners' meetings, Coca, that if we ever, as executives, GMs, presidents, or owners, if we ever step foot on the field, it would be immediate suspension, and I don't mean for a day. So it was made very clear to us. And of course, I'm so small that I'd be like Jeff Van Gundy in the middle of a brawl. I'd be grabbing, somebody's leg. But there are times that I've been so angry, but I don't recall a time where we had a pitcher get hurt while jogging. By the way, they don't run full speed. They pretty much jog to get into those brawls. So
yeah, and it's just a delay of the game. Like you're just putting a pause to the game because then, everybody has to talk to each other and everybody has to be all friendly, and then they have to walk back. They're walking back to the bullpen, and to me, it's just like a big mess.